Hello there from Italy. So Josh and I are in Bologna. We played the Disney Lorcana challenge here. It's been a lot of fun. I have some thoughts kind of post-event and some kind of thoughts on Bologna, which is that Italy is awesome. I love all of Italy that I've been to so far. I guess I've only been to 2 places in Italy, but I love it. So let's kind of talk about the trip and the event. So first off, I'll start at the beginning, which was the trip started in an amazing spot for me when I was told at the airport that my flight seat had changed, and I thought, oh, that's a bummer. I picked a specific seat so that I could get up and walk around the aisle when, you know, the ride's getting too long and I just need to get up and move, and I was a little bit disappointed by that, and so I walked to my seat and whoa, surprise, surprise, I was upgraded to first class. Josh had to sit in the back in coach, and I got to sit in the place where they let your seat fully recline, and they give you a big blanket and a big pillow, and like a 3-course meal.
Which is wasted on you because you can't even sleep on a
Super
plane. I
wasted
could
on
actually
me.
sleep for
I
like
didn't
6
sleep
hours.
for a minute, but I liked it. Anyways, landed in Frankfurt, then took kind of like a quick, real early flight to Bologna. Bologna's a great spot. I totally missed a bunch the first day because I was super jet lagged and very tired from that no sleep. We landed early enough that it's not like we could have gone and checked in at the hotel and had a quick nap. Instead, we kind of left our bags here and we went and we wandered around. So we went to go see an art gallery, which was National Gallery. I love art. Studied art in school, and I really like being able to go to Europe because going to all of their art galleries, all of the little paintings that I studied that were like this big in the textbook are like the size of a wall here, and it's totally a totally different feeling looking at it as like a 3x5 at like the most, typically more like a 1x2 inch like little section in a textbook, as opposed to like a 20-foot big painting on the wall. So I always like doing that. So we got to do that, and we got to eat some good food. The next day we walked like 20 kilometers, 17 kilometers, something like that. So like explored all of Bologna, or at least like the central part of Bologna. Went to a bunch of the game stores, which was great to be able to see the game stores. Little disappointed because I wanted to be able to go buy Lorcana stuff, especially Lorcana stuff in Italian, and nobody here really sold any sealed product, which again, little sad about, but that's okay. We went to some kind of great looking stores, saw some people playing Lorcana, which was exciting, and then we went to go check into the event. So first off, checking at the event was like the smoothest I've ever seen. Fanfinity always runs a good show, and this was like the easiest check-in. We walked in and walked out within 10 minutes, and that included like going up an escalator and walking down a giant hallway and then turning around and leaving. So like it was real fast, real great. Good on Fanfinity for like their amazing organization when it came to that. Very quick, very painless. Got our badges. Do I have a badge here? I do have a badge here. So got our badges to be able to get into the event. Next morning, woke up early after neither of us slept much because we don't sleep much before events. And then we got to go to the event. So took a little bit longer to check in because there was only like one person doing bag checks, so that took a little bit longer, but I mean, bag checks are important, so did that. Then we got in. Event started late, mostly because of the bag check stuff, to make sure that they weren't starting with people still waiting in line, which is good. And then we started the event. So like I said, event started a little bit late. Shouldn't have been a problem. For me, I can only really talk about my own tournament experience. Josh is playing Pokemon. He's already switched to a different card game.
I'm playing Lorcana.
Oh, are you playing Lorcana? All right, never mind. He is on theme. Way that it went for me is I was feeling a little nervous, really good, did a whole bunch of testing. I was feeling like so long as I won the dice rolls, I was in a good position. And I sit down with my first round opponent, real nice guy from England. I know his name begins with an M and I got it wrong yesterday, so I'm not going to say it just in case I get it wrong again. Amazing guy, real fun to play against. We switched dice. I have one of his dice and he has one of my dice. And so sat down. I rolled an 8 on the dice. I was like, yes, I'm going to go first. He rolled a 9. So I was like, oh, we're going to start like this. I was under the seed 3 times when I was playing an aggro deck with nobody above really that power. I even had like 2 Pete's out and like couldn't stand up against his 3 under the seeds. Like as soon as my last Pete left my hand, that was it for me. So I lost that one. My next match, I am pretty sure after 8 rounds, they all kind of blur together, but I'm pretty sure it was Amethyst Steel, which is like the worst match. And my opponent had Calhoun after Calhoun after Calhoun, and I just couldn't remove them. So that just wasn't going to go my way. And so I lost that one. So I'm going into round 3 at 0-2. And you need 18 points to make day 2, which means I need to win the next 6 matches in a row without a loss. And so I was kind of going into round 3 and be like, okay, that was fun. I'll win 3 matches to try to get the Mulan, and then I'm just done. I'll go play sides. But that's when I started winning. And actually, if I think back to Toronto, it was first 2 rounds I tied and thought, whatever, like I'll win my next 1 or 2 and then I'll drop, and that's when I started winning again. So I won the next 4 ones. Not in the right order, but what I played against was another Amethyst Steel fantastic lady that I played against who was dressed up, which was great to see somebody in costume. I played against 2 Blurples and a Under the Sea, and I won all those ones, so I was feeling real good. Went to round 7. I was like, okay, I can do this. And my opponent was playing Blurple and like took me first game, won the dice roll first. And like, again, this was like, I rolled like a 10 and he rolled an 11 type of thing. It was like, I rolled the dice thinking, oh, I'm going to go first. They beat my roll. But he had just kind of like the perfect hand, especially like a game 3. So took it in 3 games. Game 3, I remember he apologized by the time he played like his 2nd Bell or his 3rd Hades or something like that. He's like, I'm just so sorry. You're only character on board. I'm going to get rid of him. I'm like, yeah, no, this is the way it's going to go. But my opponent, totally cool guy, very nice guy. Everybody I played was awesome. And so my last round, I just kind of played for fun. Finished the day 4-4 technically. There was kind of like a judge call I should have pushed on. Because I knew that I was in the right there. It was like in the last round. I knew I was out. Didn't really want to be that guy at like 9 o'clock at night when I'm tired. So probably should have finished 5-3, but finished 4-4. And you know what? Either way, 4-4 I think is a great record, especially for an event this big. I'm happy with 4-4.
Yeah, 4-4 is a good record, and it's having these moments that make you go, I should advocate for myself.
Yeah.
I should push for what I know is to be right. And that just didn't happen here. And you learned the lesson like, oh, cool. I knew I was right. I should have said something. I didn't. And this is kind of what happened.
Yeah. And it was somebody late to their seat. There was somebody like 8-9 minutes late to their seat. So it should have been my match because I won the first game. Either way. 4-4, happy with that. Josh did a little bit better at 5-3. His last one would have been his winning in, and unfortunately, he played against somebody like me who had my luck on whenever I play against Josh, which had like 2 Tianas and a boatload of characters out. No comments?
The deck felt very real that I played. The monster deck was
he played monster combo.
I was 0-2 into Amber Steel, and I won on the draw twice. So like I felt fine in it.
Yeah.
It's just more of they just kind of got me before I could get them, and they were very close games that I don't feel bad about how they went.
So Josh was 5-3. I was 4-4. Great day. Exhausting day. As far as PlayHub is concerned, so this was their first major event with PlayHub. I actually thought it went really smoothly. I know that there's going to be a bunch of people that have seen it already saying there was delays. So long between rounds. It was fine. Like the going from round 1 to round 3 was a bit delayed because that was their biggest blip, but they had the people from Card.io there, and it was clear they were working on it. And you know what? Going into round 4, it took maybe a minute to refresh your phone, which is really not that bad, all things considering. I thought it went pretty smoothly. The biggest thing that could have made the event run a bit on the quicker side is more active judging as opposed to passive judging. I thought the judges did just fine. The organizers did great. But I know from other experiences of playing either in Pokemon or watching Josh play Magic or the judge certifications I got to write for Pokemon, I know that active judging is kind of the way that you want to go, and that's just mostly because when it comes to card games like this, people will go to time. Inevitably, somebody will go to time. They'll go 10 to 15 minutes past time because as soon as time's called, there's no longer a rush in their mind to play quickly because they want to try to win. And so those turns become like super long. And especially if you're looking at like control deck versus control deck, the games can go for a while. So like a lot of the delays that people end up talking about was not problems with the software. It was games going to time and judges not necessarily kind of pushing people to play a little bit quicker to continue to play at speed even though time was called. So that's kind of my only real thoughts there. Otherwise, I thought I was expecting a complete dumpster fire for this event for their first one on PlayHub, and I thought
it was gonna go much worse.
I thought it was gonna go not smoothly at all. I thought it went really smoothly. I think that they pivoted really well to when there were problems with refreshing PlayHub. They put printed pairings up and then QR codes to take you to pairings on their website. And quite frankly, I think that always should be a thing. I don't think you should be relying on a tournament software like PlayHub or Visit Event Link or anything like that to be able to run your stuff, because people will inevitably have problems. Their cell phones won't connect. They're in a concrete building and their cell service is bad. They've run out of data. They're international and their data package isn't working properly. Their cell phone dies and they can't charge it in time. There should always be a method for people to be able to look up pairings without having their cell phone, and they pivoted great on being able to get that done. So event was run much better than I was expecting. Good on Fanfinity and good on Ravensburger and the Card.io guys there, because I thought it went really well.
And for context, as someone who's played a lot of these, rounds going 15 to 30 minutes over is a common thing.
Oh, yeah. I always,
so
when I estimate tournaments, I always say how many rounds, so it's an hour per round plus 30 minutes, because there's always 30 minutes in between each round. Doesn't matter what game it is, it's always 30 minutes.
So someone takes long. Someone had a judge call it, had a reasonable thing to extend it, and it's just a matter of...
And feature matches. Feature matches get plus 10 minutes to go and set up. So there's always going to be 10 minutes on every round for the feature match. Yeah. So it's, so went really smoothly there. Really happy with that. Since Josh and I both won 3, we both got our Mulan promos. So got Mulan promos, got the Elsas for signing up and showing up kind of the day before to get our tickets. And then these are my favorite. I like that he's the easiest to get. The baby Pegasus, he is just the cutest thing ever. I absolutely love him. And so we both got those. And by we both got those, I mean technically one is Josh's, one is mine, but they're both mine at the end of the day.
I'm sure mine will disappear at some point.
Oh yeah, it already has. So that's what we got there. Other cool things from the event is they had artists signing cards. So I got my Aurora sign, and what I really like about this one, she put like sparkles up there and she got hearts on it. Love that. Got my Prince and a lady sign. I was trying to find Italian versions of the cards, that way my Italian, like where I played in Italy, could be the signed ones. And then we got this one signed as well. I love the signature on that one. The white just shows up really good. So that was kind of that, and then let's go to day 2. So day 2, neither of us made day 2, so showed up. Josh and I kind of did some of the math on our tickets and said, let's play a handful of games of Pack Rush, and then we'll have kind of enough tickets to go buy a couple of promos. Showed up. This is where I think things kind of fell apart for me as far as some of the organization goes, but you know what? Still good on them for they did the best that they could. Side events are always rough day 2 because everybody shows up at the same time to play in the event. They had 2 major side events starting within like half an hour of each other, which was a double up core constructed, so like double the amount of prizes, which was going to always go over well, and an Infinity one, which was always also going to go over well because Infinity this was kind of one of the first big Infinity things they were doing. So that ultimately had a big delay in it because a lot of their staff was on those events. And then there was a massive lineup for on-demand events like Pack Rush or whatnot. Actually, it was just Pack Rush, I guess, because you had to physically go get the packs for that. And so there was like a 45-minute line for Pack Rush, which was brutal because Pack Rush is like a 5 to 10-minute game. And to wait 45 minutes in line to go play a 10-minute game just was totally, in my opinion, kind of killed the mood. So we waited in that line. We waited so long in that line that Josh is playing live on his phone, didn't finish his game of Pokemon by the time we got our packs. And so it was so rude of him was he continued to play Pokemon live while he played Pack Rush with me, and he beat me in Pack Rush while playing Pokemon live. So that was great.
What are we talking about?
Either way, I took his tickets from that, so I feel validated there. Josh went and played a core constructed kind of on-demand event.
3-0, baby.
He 3-0'd it, so again, I took his tickets from that. and I got me this nice Simba promo for that. So made out pretty good as far as that stuff goes. Josh got this hat, which you can see is also landed
That's
on my
mine.
head.
You can steal my promos, but the hat is mine. It's going on my bookshelf.
And then we got to meet some new friends. So I had been talking to some of the European players beforehand, just on the internet, and it was fantastic to be able to kind of actually meet the people that I was talking to. So the two people here I met, Anto and Martin, who had like business cards done as Lorcana cards. I think that is a super amazing way to do that. They're both kind of great, awesome people. Played some games with them. Josh got to show off his Monstro combo deck to them, and they seem to like it. Yeah, they seem to really like it.
Got to do it in the in the core constructed 3-man one.
Yeah, he comboed off a couple times. That had to explain it. Yeah, a couple of his opponents said go back, like re-explain that to me again. So I have a video on that though, so I'm not going to let him explain that here because this video is already going way longer than I expected. But I have a video on that if you want to know how that works. Last thing that I got, if you're in Halifax, is Josh and I got an Italian box of Reign of Jafar, and so we're going to be giving away some packs. Probably Sunday casual and whatever's left over Monday competitive. So if it's up to me, since I got Japanese ones for the last one we went to, I'm going to get you guys building decks in Halifax out of all multilingual cards. That's my goal, is to be able to play my fun, weird stuff in every single language. So that's the gist with the Bologna DLC. I thought it went great. It was very fun. I'm excited to travel again. They made kind of a point to really point out that there's a CCQ here that I would really love to go to in December, so we'll see if that will work out. I think that's it. Yeah, Josh, thoughts on Bologna?
I had a great time. Yeah, definitely go back. The event was run well. You know, I felt that it was something where like rounds going over time go over time. The PlayHub not refreshing. I have also gone to Pokemon events where you refresh a couple times. It's part of the experience. This one was a little more worse than normal, but again, first big one back to the new system.
Everyone talks about companion crashing, so like this is not a Lorcana specific thing. Oh my goodness, Melee in Atlanta was
So this one they didn't have to repair a round.
Nope.
They went over rounds. The first round was really long, but other than that,
there's about an hour and 15 minutes between round 1 and round 2. Only blip that I could see, but great event. So lots of fun, well run, great stuff. Excited for more.